call this meeting to order. It is 7:30, well, let's see, 7:38. The first, I'll call roll, 7:38. Can't see it. Now, we have some members, you can't see them, but I can see them. On Zoom, we have Matt Ivy, Kathy Chase, Lynn Crockett-Hubbard, Susan Dean Shinbrot, Autumn Hanscom. Is there anybody else on there? I can't see.
Kathy Chase, Mike Whitney.
Yep, here we go.
Whitney.
Yep, there we go. Mike Whitney and Kathy. I said Kathy Chase already, I believe. Maybe not. So you guys, your microphones should be on, and I'm going to commence the roll. Representative Adams.
Here.
Ooh, wait, we're not Representative-elect. Bailey.
Here.
Burrell.
Here.
Chase. Chase.
She's on the,
I see her.
I don't think she can hear you.
Can you hear me, Kathy?
Oh, here.
Okay.
No, I couldn't hear you. Oh,
Okay,
here.
okay. Crockett-Hubbard.
Here.
Dean Shinbrot.
Here.
Eben.
Here.
Fritchie. Fritchie.
He might be on the WebEx.
I don't see him. I did not see Fritchie on the WebEx. Gardner.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Hainline.
Here.
Hanscom.
Here.
Ivy.
Here.
Jacome.
Here.
Merritt.
Here.
Aubry.
Here.
Perry. Kristen Powers. Sean Powers.
Madam Moderator?
Yes.
Sean and Kristen Powers are trying to get on.
Okay. Okay. We'll add them later. Pacino.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
Rusk.
Here.
We only have to say one. Scott.
Here?
Cimarero.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
VC Williams.
Here.
Watson.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Whitney.
Here.
Are you on the computer?
Madam Moderator?
Yes.
Cop was missed.
I'm sorry?
Cop was missed.
Ah, good.
Okay. Wait a minute, hold on, I'll tell them, okay? 'Cause they were
Cop
looking
was
for it.
missed. How do I keep doing that? Cop.
Here.
Let's see who else is missing. Anyone else? Casper? We already asked him. I think that's it.
Excuse me, I can see
Madam-
Fritchie.
Oh,
Madam
Fritchie's here.
Moderator,
Yep.
there's a note in there that the Powers are here. They just can't get on their computer.
Ah, good, okay. There we go, thank you. Madam Moderator, isn't that funny? And then Al Fritchie, I see you, okay. Fritchie's here, so we have 28 present.
And a dog.
And the dog, yeah. Don't forget to swear in the dog. They get 4 votes.
28 at roll because we have quite a few vacancies, as we all know. So the first thing that I want to do is have everyone stand. I'm going to administer the oath of office. And if you raise your right hands, do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Groton Town Charter where it applies, and the representative town meeting rules and procedures to the best of your ability? All right.
I do.
All of them, okay. I'm now going to ask for a recess, if I could have a motion for a recess so we break out.
Second?
I'm sorry, it was Joe Burrell, and second, Evan.
Roscoe Merritt.
Oh, Roscoe. I knew it came from over there. Okay.
Point of order?
Yes.
Order. Just so you are aware, we had adoption of rules on our agenda first? Did you want to go to?
Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. So we'll hold off on recessing. We do have a motion on the floor. Can you take your motion back, please? You take the second back? All right, thank you. So I need a motion on the floor to accept the adoption of the 32nd RTM rules as temporary rules for the 33rd
So
RTM.
moved.
That's Adams.
Second.
Evan? It's been moved and seconded to adopt the 32nd RTM rules for temporary rules for the 33rd. All those in favor? I could have discussed it, but any abstentions? Any opposed? Okay, we have temporary rules. Now I'll take a motion from the floor.
Move to recess?
That was
Second.
Representative Scott. And I heard Adams seconding that.
Yes, second.
All right, we have we're going to recess now at, we don't going to vote on that because we're recessing 7:44. And if we could pause, we're recording at this point. And they're not going to be in alphabetical order.
I think that's, is that
Okay.
the correct one?
Going to be,
No, it might not.
are we winging it here?
Hold on.
Okay, so we have Adams. Here. Bailey.
Here.
Burrell.
Here.
Somebody needs to mute their Zoom, please. Casper is not here. Chase.
Here.
Cop.
Here.
Crockett Hubbard.
Here.
Dean Shinbrot. Dean Shinbrot.
Here.
Eben.
Here.
Fritchie. I believe he's here. Fritchie. I see him. Okay. Gardner.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Hainline.
Here.
Hanscom.
Here.
Ivy.
Here.
Jacome.
Here.
Merritt.
Here.
Aubrey.
Here.
Perry. Kristen Powers. Sean Powers.
They're probably muted.
Here.
We're both here.
Okay, thank you. Pacino.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
Rusk.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Semerero.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
V.C. Williams.
Here.
Watson.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Whitney.
Here.
White.
Here.
Wells.
Here.
Norman.
Here.
Surf.
Here.
I'm going to kill your name. Emma. Emma. Can you pronounce your name, Emma?
Junipero.
Junipero.
Good enough.
You're here.
Here.
Frickman.
Here.
Massett.
Here.
My paper clip's right here.
You gotta get White House here.
Bright.
Here.
What's the number of Republicans to Democrats in this noble body?
White House.
Here.
Attempted to.
And that is it. Did I miss anyone?
Did they call you? Did she call you?
That's everyone. So we have 39 at this call. I want to congratulate all the representatives that I just, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 representatives that I called. They were just newly elected, and thank you very much. Okie dokie. So if I find my agenda, back to my agenda. Okay. So now Alexis, election of moderator. And I will open the floor for nominations. Put my glasses on.
Madam Clerk,
I'm sorry, I see Massett's first, Representative Massett.
Madam
You have to take the microphone and hold it, everyone, you hold it like you're saying the pledge, basically. So, not here, not here, not here, here.
Statue of Liberty, maybe?
If you stand up, please.
Madam Clerk,
That's good, Jackie.
Madam Clerk, I would like to nominate Jill Rusk.
Jill Rusk. Now, this does not need seconds.
Second?
You don't need a second?
Second.
You don't need one. Okay. Any other nominations? Mr. Frickman?
Thank you.
Yes, Madam Clerk, I'd like to nominate John Scott.
Any other nominations? Now, well, may I have a motion to close the nominations?
So moved.
Thank
Second.
you. Jacome, that was Representative Kopp, and seconded by Representative Jacome. All those in favor of closing the nomination, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, on to the vote.
Point of information.
Yes?
My understanding is that Representative Rusk is the administrative assistant to the mayor of the city of Groton. If she could explain to us how that wouldn't be a conflict of interest, her having insider information on the city budget and the items that we would be voting on.
I don't know if she needs to answer that. We do have in our town charter what is considered, and we also have an ethics ordinance, but if you want to speak to it, you may.
Sure, I'll address it. Thank you for the question. I do work for the mayor in the city of Groton. Anytime that there has been any sort of vote that has come up that has been a perceived conflict of interest or a straight conflict of interest, I've abstained from voting. That has come up with the Bill Memorial Library, as I'm on the Board of Trustees. It has also come up when there was a vote for the SCOG, and I abstained from voting for that because I do speak with Jim Butler on a regular basis. When it comes to the town budget, my job is not directly impacted by either the police or the highway budget, so therefore I have not abstained from voting in those areas.
Okay, so are there any other questions? Any other points? That's something that could be, I don't think this needs to be addressed any further. So we're going to put this to a vote, and the way I want to do this is just you raise your hand if you're for the candidate that I'm going to, so the first candidate was Jill Rusk, and you'll raise your hand. It's going to be difficult for me to count, so bear with me. I'll say, I don't want to say, well, I can say your names. I don't want to do a roll call because it's not necessary, I don't believe. So all those in favor of Jill Rusk as the next moderator? Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, okay. In the audience, you can put your hands down, but I need to see the full scope of the Zoom people. I can only see one representative, Fritchie. I can't see anybody else. Is that possible? IT guys?
They just have to turn the cameras on.
Okay, if you could just...
Click on participants, they raise their hands. Yeah.
Oops, there's hands.
There we go, there's some hands.
2 more.
Some hands.
So,
Yeah, I got my nails done. This is a good time for this.
There you go.
okay, I can see.
My mother and I said, what do you do when I'm singing?
It's 23 altogether.
Did you get your toes done?
All those for John Scott, please raise your hand.
Feels good.
The doctor says, stay away from that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You still have your hands up? Fritchie and, okay. Whoops. Now I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
What's
11.
the woman up there on the
Right?
left-hand corner?
11.
Up there on the left-hand corner.
I don't know, I think they're Republicans that voted.
All right. I got you, Mr. Bright.
She must have done 2 pictures.
Representative Bright.
Sorry.
So it's 23 to 11. I don't need to do the math. Jill Rusk, would you please come up? You've been elected moderator. Let's see. Ha. Guess what I get to do? So if you'll raise your right hand, do you solemnly attest that you will do your best as a moderator of the RTM and follow the rules to the best of your ability and listen to every criticism that comes your way?
I will.
And this gavel is to you to use sparingly.
Thank you very much.
You might want to take a little recess. I don't know. All right, we're done. We need a slight recess just to go through communications. I'm sorry to do this to you all, but I don't want to stand up here yapping with, so have some cake.
Have some cake.
Some cake.
Some cake.
I'm on the town. Let's
I'm going to call the first meeting of the 33rd. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm going to bring us back, please. So the first thing on our agenda right now is the approval of the minutes.
The minutes, it says, in response to Representative Fitzgerald, Moderator Evans stated that the RTM had already approved $150,000 for human services, and this would have been an unidentified bin of money. I think it's really hard to understand what this is referring to, so it really needs to have Representative Fitzgerald's comments, which were that she asked about the failure to approve the $107,757 in the miscellaneous needs bin. And so it should have started with Representative Fitzgerald asked this question, and then I responded. Otherwise, you cannot understand what my response refers to.
I'll review everything and make sure that that's the way it should be.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Representative Evans. Are there any other concerns, notes? Yes.
I just would like to, thank you, Madam Moderator.
Yes.
I'd just like to draw attention to, we voted for the dates of meetings for next year. I'd like to draw attention to the fact that it was mentioned that we might want to consider earlier meetings next year. And the meetings actually says that that would be discussed in whatever rules committee that we have here. I just want to make sure that I bring that to the attention.
Would you like to make a motion?
We're reviewing the minutes now?
That is the minutes.
It's the minutes.
It's the minutes.
Wrong with the minutes?
Is it, so the question is it wrong with the minutes, or do you want to bring that up in communications as a referral to the rules?
I'm just drawing your attention to something that's
Okay.
in the minutes
Okay.
and highlighting it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other concerns with the minutes? Okay, I will take all of those in favor of moving the minutes
With the correction.
with the correction.
Aye. Aye.
All those abstentions?
Can I see the people on?
Out.
Oh. I should get my own computer out. Can I see the Zoom, please? I'm sorry. I need to put my computer on for now.
That's a quiz show. When you're in the isolation.
Okay. All right.
Jared,
I'd rather
do
just-
you want to do it again?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Do you have it?
It's 39. I didn't see any opposed. Did you?
Was there any oppositions that I missed? Okay. Any abstentions? We have one abstention, two abstentions. Thank you. Those passed?
3701. Two. Gardner and Surf.
The next item on our agenda is citizens' petitions. This is the portion of the RTM agenda where the RTM welcomes comments from the citizens. Each presentation should be limited to 4 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit written comments. Presentations should be limited to matters pertinent to Groton. The moderator or members, through the moderator, shall ask questions only in order to clarify the speaker's presentation.
Point of order.
Response?
The Zoom is muted, so they can't hear you right now. They just asked if it could be unmuted.
1 second.
I don't think it's a touch screen. Oh, sorry.
Can everybody who is on Zoom actually go, turn on their camera, please? And then we can see you. Thank you.
There they are.
Okay, I think we have everybody. Madam Moderator, or, I'm sorry. Madam Clerk, I think we have everybody up now. So my concern is that we didn't have their vote.
Right.
So I'm going to go back for an approval of the minutes from November 10th. It was the motion was made by Representative Adams, was seconded by Representative Bailey to approve the minutes. Is there any more discussion? Okay, I'm going to retake that vote because we were missing everybody on the Zoom. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's see, Matt.
Matt?
Aye.
Anyone disapprove? Any abstentions? We have this 2 abstentions.
Gardner and Gardner and Turk.
Okay, those minutes pass. And then citizens' petitions. I'll read this again. This is the portion of the RTM agenda where the RTM welcomes comments from citizens. Each presentation should be limited to 4 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit written comments. Presentations should be limited to matters pertinent to Groton. The moderator or members through the moderator shall ask questions only in order to clarify the speaker's presentation. Response may be given to the moderator and/or the town manager. Citizens should state their name and address for the record. Has anyone signed up?
No.
Okay, we have no one signed up. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak? Okay, seeing.
Madam Moderator?
Yes, ma'am?
There's 2 hands up.
I received an email from a constituent. Should it be read here or during reception of communications?
Reception of communications, please.
Thank you.
Sean and Kristen
Madam
Powers.
Moderator, yes, I put in for a citizen's petition.
Okay.
My name is Sean Powers. I live at 298 Lestertown Road in Groton, Connecticut. I'm a representative, an RTM member for the Clerk District. I'm addressing the body as a citizen of the town to acknowledge and thank those who have volunteered to help institute fiscal responsibility and build a great community. The civic duty has been delegated through our town charter, and I've been an active member of the body for a number of years in reviewing and voting on our budget with the assistance of the town staff, directors, school superintendent, and department staff. These individuals are here making our town remain viable to live and grow. The amount of time and energy at creating a budget servicing the public is a timeless challenge. They are truly public servants deserving our respect. They have knowledge on subject matter which is both vital to our understanding of the budgets, which we are reviewing and will be voting on. This information can be complicated, not always clear to the general public, and we need to explain it to them. I'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge some of the town staff, which we'll be hearing from with a bit of background for your reference. John Burt, he earned his bachelor's degree in '94 from Central Michigan. He's our town manager. He's spent 20 plus years in management, preparation, oversight of government budgets and employees. He's an accomplished town manager, and we brought him here to do a job, and he's done a fine job for us. He's a critical component to what we do here with our budget. He's our town manager. Cindy Landry is the director of finance. Cindy has worked 39 years in the finance department in the town of Groton, and she started out as a clerk at the tax office. So I think she's another component that's extremely informative when it comes to our budget process. Town Clerk McCauser is in her 4th term, and she's also the register of statistics in the town, so she's definitely a person that we see every time we come to a meeting, who's deserving of all the respect that we can give her. Superintendent Austin was our assistant superintendent from 2014 to 2020, and she's our present day superintendent. She has a master's degree in math, and for 15 years prior to being in administration, she taught math. Chief Fasaro is a 21-year state police officer. He was the director of counterterrorism, commanding officer of Connecticut Police Emergency Services Unit and the Eastern District Major Crime Squad. The chief graduated from the Citadel. He's accredited from the FBI National Academy and Naval Postgraduate School, the Center of Homeland Defense and Security, and Executive Leadership Programs. So I think he knows how to be our chief of police. He deserves a lot of respect for what he's doing. John Reiner is the Director of Planning and Development. John came to us about 7 years ago. He's a graduate from URI. He's got a master's degree in community planning and marine affairs, along with other community planning and development accreditations. It's a huge list that I looked up. His accomplishments in the town of Groton to secure redevelopment of our surplus town schools properties. He's helped rewrite and he's rewritten the zoning ordinances. He streamlined our town permitting along with many new projects which increase the tax base with smart growth and upgrading our state plan of conservation and development. He works hand in hand with Paige Bronk, our economic and community development manager. Paige has 28 years of experience in public planning and management sector of community development. He first graduated with a Bachelor of Art in Environmental Studies and Geology. He received his master's from URI in '91 in community planning and development, along with being certified by American Institute of Certified Planners in '96. His accomplishments are immense, and we're very lucky to have him with us. Greg Hanover is the Director of Public Works, and Mr. Hanover's been in our community for 31 years as an employee, just like Director Landry. It's amazing. He's the Director of Public Works, and he's a town engineer before he was the Director of Public Works. And Mark Berry is our Director of Parks and Rec. Mark's worked in Parks and Rec's field for over 20 years. Mark has been with Groton for nearly 10, and he's a graduate of Plymouth State College. He's worked to improve diligently our youth programs. He also manages the Senior Center, which is a cornerstone to assisting our residents in Groton. These are just a few of the town staff that will assist us in doing our due diligence. They are constantly figuring out ways to help grow our community into the 21st century. I'd like to conclude by saying we serve our community in Groton as a great place to live. In fact, the fact we need to treat each person with respect and be courteous to the staff and each other is a priority in order to create good government. The need to expedite our meetings, I'd like to request emails to staff if we have questions on budget items, and even outside of the budget. If you have a question, by guy, email them, let them get an answer to us to expedite what we're doing. The committee assignments in the meeting should do the exact same thing, and that's the protocol we should follow. And I look forward to serving with all the members of the RTM, and let's stay healthy and safe through the holiday season. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and thank God we're doing a good job for our citizenship. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other citizens' petitions, we'll move on to the appointment of temporary rules and procedure. I'm sorry. Did anyone have any questions? Representative Evans?
You're at the communications now?
No, I'm sorry. We're at. Do you have any questions for the clarifications for the citizens?
No, I had communications.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're up to appointments of temporary rules and procedures committee. I will take nominations for the rules and procedure.
No, you just appoint. You just go ahead and appoint. I'm just five people.
I'm going to appoint Leanne Aubry.
No, I was going to. I was going to nominate you, Jackie.
Hello.
Okay.
Jackie knows that stuff inside and out. Not me.
I'm going to appoint Representative Massett. Representative Watson.
Oh, thank you.
Representative Thomas. Representative Scott. And Representative Aubry.
No. You want another Republican? Sorry.
I have 2 Republicans and 3 Democrats.
Oh, yes, you do. No, yes, you do. I keep forgetting. Okay, sorry. Over.
Okay. Thank you. Next is receipt of communications. Does anyone? Representative Evans.
Thank you.
Evans,
I received thank you, Madam Moderator. I received a communication from Representative Casper that he wouldn't be attending tonight. And I also received a packet of information from Richard Fitzgerald of 8 Benjamin Road, who asked that I read this letter of 12/7/2021 into the meeting record. I'll kind of summarize it, and then I'll give you the copy so that the clerk can add it to the meeting stuff. Anyway, he is referencing a New London Day article of 11/15/2021, front page about knowing coastal problems, and he's resending it in the package to make us aware of the major problems that still exist on the Mystic Coastal Access Trail since 2016 and the Central Hall Coastal Access from 2018. And his hope is that the new Town Council and RTM will include the Mystic Coastal Access and Central Hall Coastal Access in coastal access problems that are going to be resolved when they take office. And he says that the Mystic Coastal Access, due to inaccessibility and elimination by the town, is 80% lost to the citizens. He forwarded this letter to the new Town Council and RTM to see if something can be done to restore the coastal access so it can be used by Groton citizens and not just the personal use of 3 condos and 2 boatyards. It should be noted that the Mystic Coastal Access has almost identical missing signage as in 2016 when it was first reported to the Town Planning Department, and he enclosed the reference. So I'm going to just stop there, and I will give you this packet. And again, just reading it since it was mailed to my address. Thank you.
Representative Chase.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I received an email from Roseanne Katowski of 24 Ann Avenue, and she asked me to read this. I would like to thank Moderator Eben for not shutting down the free speech of Steve Purdy during his well-researched and, in my opinion, very professional presentation during citizens' comments at the RTM meeting last month. It is important to remember that free speech is only free if you tolerate and listen to speech that you don't like or disagree with. It was unfortunate that a member interrupted Steve during his comments to the RTM, especially considering that the residents can only publicly comment to the RTM once a month. Also unfortunate was the comment regarding amending the RTM rules to limit the time of public comments, which I hope the RTM will not consider. Thank you again for allowing the presentation, and best to you and the RTM. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other communications? Seeing none, I'll close that. The next is the report of the town manager. The town manager isn't here tonight. You all received a copy of that in your email. For the new members, you'll receive a copy of it soon. Next up is the Economic Development 2021-826 Economic Division Reports, November 2021. You also received that in your packet. And Economic Development is not here tonight. Superintendent of Schools is not here, so we will skip that. We'll move on to other business. 2021-825 presentation of the rebranding for the Groton Senior Center. Thank you.
I will make this nice and short for you. I'm Mary Jo Riley, and I'm the supervisor of the Senior Center. And in your packet, you see that we are rebranding and renaming the Senior Center as Thrive 55 Plus Active Living Center. And we will use the tagline, powered by the Groton Senior Center, during our transition period. In 2019, we did a perceptions and barriers study, which found that one of the primary reasons people who are eligible to use the center don't is the word senior, because they don't see themselves as seniors. And I can tell you it was not just the 55 to 65-year-olds, but people 75 and 80 also joined in and said, I'm not a senior. I don't belong going there. And part of it is that they don't understand, or they haven't been here to see what we actually do. They think of it as their grandmother's senior center, where it was congregate meals and bingo, which is very far from what we do. So then we went on to do a 2020 study on rebranding and potentially renaming the senior center, which resulted in the new name and the new logo, which is in your packet. One of the things that I feel is important is that both of these studies were funded through the fund balance in our special revenue fund, not through the general fund of the town. What we want you to be confident in and realize is that this decision was well thought out, well researched. We had participation by both non-users and participants here at the Senior Center, and we also have full support at the Town Council. We had many voices heard. We not only did online research studies, but we also did a lot of focus groups. And I can tell you they're very vocal and they're very straightforward, so they really spoke to us. And it was nice to hear honest opinion. Nobody really tempered anything they were saying. Also that there is still the comfort of the Groton Senior Center. It's still the same staff. We are still moving forward. We still do new programs. And we have a very enthusiastic staff here, so that we're still going to continue to put out the quality programs we always have under Thrive 55 Plus. And lastly, the handout that you received really goes over our new logo and name. That the logo is essentially a person, and it shows a person in motion, and it also reflects the department logo. It's very general. There's no actual, is it a male or a female or anything. It's just a general modern version of a person. The colors are reflective of our coastline. They're coastal colors, but they're also reflective of our department colors. The name is what we want people here to do. We want them to thrive. We want them to continue to be part of the community. And so our goal is to let people know this is what you do when you come here. And lastly, the lettering or the font is just simple, easy to read, and modern. So that, I wanted you to know this before this gets out to the public and the newspaper, because it is coming out pretty soon in the day. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Sorry, Representative Evan.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I just wanted to thank you and the Senior Center for all you do for our active 55 and older. My mother comes here, and she really loves it. I did have a question, tangential, not related to the new rebranding, but I was just curious about your use of single-use plastics in the dining hall. I'm told that there is single-use silverware used, and that there are styrofoam clamshells used for the lunches. And I was just curious if that was true.
We're actually using paper now for the takeout, and we use aluminum that can be reused for the takeout. We are looking at purchasing for the kitchen reusable kind of Tupperware items. People will have to buy them, but our plan is we'll take 50 cents off a meal if you bring that back, so that we can reuse it.
That's great. What about the silverware? Because I was under the impression you used to have actual silverware, and then they've gone to all disposable single-use plastic. And the only reason I'm asking is the town just passed an ordinance against it, so it seems a little ironic, is not quite the right word, to have it used within the town and purchased by the town.
We're using it because it is more cost-effective. To let you know, a case of plates was $24. A case of plates now is $64. Our food costs have gone up excessively. Our costs for the sanitizer and the dishwasher have gone up excessively. And we're trying to keep this a cost-effective kitchen for all of them to use. To switch to like bamboo or to wood utensils is just beyond us being able to do. We have been shopping and trying to keep our costs low, so we're still looking for better products, but in the between time we are doing that. Another thing is, and the seniors will shoot me for saying this, is they tend to throw out our silverware, so we're buying silverware all the time. So this is one way that we've been able to kind of not have to spend that money. And what we're purchasing is a little packet with salt, pepper, a napkin, fork, spoon, and knife that is significantly cheaper than trying to clean everything every day, spend for new items every day.
I hope you'll consider not doing that and going towards reusable
Well,
in the future.
we are looking
Thank
for
you.
more reusable things that are more cost effective, yes.
Do we have any more comments on the rebranding? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other business? Representative Scott.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I do have a piece of business that I'd like to bring before the RTM today. This is here working. Throughout the past year, we've seen a lot of conversation happening with respect to the Mr. Gorel School and the town attorney and some of the decisions that have been made by the town attorney and how we operate and how the town council operates. A lot of us ran on the idea that we need to perhaps find a new town attorney. And one of the things that I'd like to have us stop doing is have us being run by legal opinion. We are people that have been elected to run this town. So Neil's going to pass out a copy of this. I'm going to propose a resolution tonight. It's a resolution creating an advisory committee for the selection of the town attorney. It says, whereas the 33rd Groton Town Council at its regularly scheduled meeting on December 7th, 2021 may have violated Section 5.2 of the Groton Town Charter as it failed to choose one of its members to be the chairman of the council or mayor. And whereas the 33rd Groton Town Council had nominations for 5 of its members to become the chairman of the council, and after 8 rounds of voting no, no one person received the required 5 votes needed to earn the position. And whereas the inability of the 33rd Town Council to elect a chairman has rendered the body incapable of transacting any business. And whereas Section 8.2.1 of the Groton Town Charter states that the council by a majority vote at a meeting held not later than 120 days after the general town election appoint a town attorney to serve until his or her successor shall be appointed and qualified, requiring a decision to be made by March 2nd, 2022. And whereas Section 8.2.2 of the Groton Town Charter states that the town attorney shall be the legal advisor to the council, the RTM, town manager, town clerk, all department directors, agency boards and commissions, and the Board of Education. And whereas the selection of the town attorney has historically never come from an advisory committee consisting of the entities the town attorney is hired to advise. Therefore, be it resolved that the Groton R.T.M. under Section 4.5 of the Groton Town Charter titled Power of Initiative create a town attorney advisory committee for the selection of the town attorney that consists of the moderator of the RTM, the majority and minority floor leaders of the RTM, the town manager, the town clerk, the chairman of the Board of Education, the chairman or mayor of the town council, and 1 member of the town council from each political party. And be it further resolved that the town manager immediately use the proper town resources that identify the town intends to seek proposals according to applicable law. And be it further resolved that the town attorney advisory committee have its first meeting on January 5th, 2022 at a time and location to be determined, and will set a bi-weekly meeting schedule thereafter. And be it further resolved that the town attorney advisory committee will complete an advisory report on or before February 28th, 2022, and will present its findings to the full town council on March 1st, 2022. I so move.
Second.
Seconded by Representative Adams. So I'm going to ask for a motion to add this to the agenda so that we can discuss this.
I'll move to add this to the agenda so we can discuss this.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Representative Adams. All in favor of adding this to the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? I have Surf and O'Brien. Was there a third? I'm sorry. If you are opposed, please raise your hand one more time so we get an accurate count. I have 2. Any abstentions? 1 abstention. 2 abstentions. There. Okay. Is there any discussion? Representative O'Brien. The motion is to put on the agenda. So we're just discussing this. We're not voting right now on the initiative.
Thought we just voted on that.
We did, I'm sorry.
And now we're talking about the initiative.
So now it should be about the initiative.
Now it's about the initiative. My apologies. Representative Aubry.
I'm not sure if what I was going to say is appropriate or not, but I'll give it a slice. I would just say that John wanted to be on the council. He should have been on the council. This is not, you may send this as a thought process for the council, but it's not the RTM's position to be doing something like this. We are the RTM, we are not the council. The council selects its council, its attorneys, and does the appropriate job that has to be done. But it's not the job of the RTM. So we'll have more discussion about it, but I would like people to think about what is their job here. Our job is not to run the council. Our job is to run the finance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Representative Evan.
Yeah, as per the rules of the 33rd RTM, this needs to go to committee before it can be put on the agenda and discussed, unless we suspend the rules by a 2/3 vote.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion we suspend the rules.
Second.
All in favor of suspending the rules to discuss this tonight? I have one.
I can't see. You
I have Representative Cerf.
These are in favor of?
These are in favor of suspending the rules. I have Representative Cerf. I have Representative Gardner. I have Representative Scott. I'm sorry, I don't
Bailey.
know your name, sorry. Bright with a B. Thank you. Representative Bright, Representative Bailey, Representative Frickman. I'm sorry.
Juniper.
Thank you. Representative Adams. I've got you. Okay. All those opposed. I'm sorry. Is there anybody on Zoom that was voting in favor of suspending the rules? No? Okay. All those opposed to suspending the rules to discuss this tonight? I think that's a clear majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, just ask for abstention.
Any abstentions? Burrell and Whitehouse.
Then I can tell who voted
Okay.
against.
So we will move this to committee, and it will be sent out to Rules Committee. Rules Committee. Okay. Thank you. Is there any other business? I did get an email was sent out by Representative Scott regarding email addresses. The town does not have available email addresses at this point for the RTM, so the recommendation is that you make an email address specifically for your RTM information. If you've got any questions, please see me or the town clerk. Is there anything else in new business or in other business? Yes. Representative Weaver. If you can stand up with the microphone, please.
Hold it right up there.
In our packet from the John Burt Finance packet, it references Groton's ability to participate in the opioid settlement. And it says that there's finite dates for completion of trying to get participation in this program. And it says that the settlement is $26 billion and that Connecticut is getting $300 million over the course of 18 years, which comes out to $16.6 million. And all they want to do is to municipalities to assert their interest in participating, and it has to do with basically including expanding access to opioid use disorder prevention, intervention, treatment, and recovery. Since this is my first meeting, I'd like to find out how we can participate in this, or perhaps have a subcommittee on this topic. I'm not sure if I'm doing this in the right order, but I just wanted to raise it as a question.
I'll ask the town manager.
We will have a discussion with the town manager on how he'd like to.
We'll send an email and everybody gets
Yes.
Thank you for the consideration.
You're welcome. Any other new business? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to
I'd like to move we adjourn.
Second.
Representative Watson, seconded by Representative Bailey. We don't need a vote. Thank you all. We are adjourned.